fans had jammed this joint months ago, weeks ago, sold out all the tickets in 30 minutes. And man, what a night we've got, folks. I'm so excited to be with these two gentlemen that we'll be broadcasting with here tonight. As usual, my stalwart Excalibur, and it's great to welcome back Tony Schiavone to the broadcast table.
Jim, it's a revolution of pro wrestling. What a great time to be a fan of professional wrestling. We are back on TNT for the first time since 2001. Excalibur, it's great to be working with you. And now my old friend right here, it's great to be by your side again.
You bet, Tony.
I could not possibly be more excited. People from over 80 countries around the world joining us here tonight for All Elite Wrestling Dynamite.
So many main event level matches, Tony, including Pac and Hangman.
The Bastard Pac will be going up against Hangman Adam Page, who came very, very close at All Out in Chicago, becoming the first AEW champion.
I just think you like saying bastard. But in any event, and the history made with the ladies here tonight.
The first ever AEW Women's World Champion will be crowned right here tonight in Washington, D.C. when the native beast, Nyla Rose, takes on Riho.
And our main event, ladies and gentlemen, is a star-studded six-man tag team matchup. A lot of star power. It's All Elite. It's Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, against Chris Jericho and his cohorts in crime, Santana and Ortiz. But we're going to kick this off with a major matchup, an important matchup. And here's a story about Cody and Sammy.
Guys, it kind of feels like, it smells like, I don't know, it seems like this is a revolution.
It's just really exciting. This is the pressure I always wanted that I didn't know I wanted.
Your match against Sammy Guevara. Sammy's a young, dynamic athlete, great wrestler. And he has a chance now in the very first match to face you. So I can imagine that Sammy Guevara is going to be more focused, more ready than any match he's ever had in his life.
Cody said it recently.
He's full of potential.
I think it's obvious Cody's overlooking me. He's got so many other things where his focus is at.
We're going to be the very first match on TNT in almost 20 years. I know what I have in my mind heading towards Full Gear.
Right.
And I'm definitely not the type of individual that would overlook anybody.
Sure.
But then I say that, and the last thing I want is for me to get embarrassed.
This is the biggest match of my life, not just my career, but my life. And it may not be for Cody, but 100% is for me. I have 100% of my focus on beating Cody.
If I take a loss to Sammy Guevara, that changes the title match. I feel that pressure more than anything.
Because Sammy Guevara is going to show you what I've always known, and the world's about to find out, is that I am the best ever.
Why this matchup is so important, ladies and gentlemen, for both men. The bigger picture is at play here. Cody and Sammy, and they're ready to go now.
This opening contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Brandi Rhodes. From Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 215 pounds, he is the American Nightmare, Cody!
Man, what an ovation, what an atmosphere here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are watching around the world, whether it be here in the States on TNT, in Canada on TSN, the United Kingdom on ITV, or worldwide through the FIGHT app. We thank you for being with us, but there's nothing like being here
Nothing like being here, Jim, and Excalibur. And I tell you, you hear the chants of Cody. He has this connection with the fans that is very rarely seen in pro wrestling. And they were into him as soon as he arrived.
There were chants of Cody going on in the arena before the show even began. He has resonated with this crowd, and not just this crowd, but around the world. Cody, he has pro wrestling in his blood. He is ready to give every single drop of it to these people here tonight.
Bottom line here, gentlemen, he's got the old man's blood in him. The American dream lives through the heart and soul of his son, Cody. And this is a huge matchup.
His opponent from Houston, Texas, weighing 184 pounds, he calls himself the best ever, Sammy Guevara.
You know, Jim, Sammy was, and there's a good look at Brandy, who's at ringside with her man. There's no question Brandy Rhodes is a force in women's wrestling in AEW as well. But a lot of talk about, will Cody be overlooking this match, looking past Sammy Guevara? And you mentioned being a second-generation wrestler. There's no way he's looking past this match.
I agree with that. If he is, he's in trouble.
That's right.
Quite frankly, because Guevara is that talented. He reminds me, Excalibur, of the battling Diaz brothers of the MMA. He has a little look like them, but that gleam in the eye that tells you, I really like to engage. I really like to fight.
Very much so. He has a significant chip on his shoulder that Cody will very soon find out. He names, he calls himself the best ever. Now here's Sammy's chance to prove it to this audience watching worldwide.
It's got to be more than something you put on a t-shirt. It's something that's proven every night in the wrestling ring, bell to bell. That's how the best ever determinations are made, in my opinion.
And the crowd here really letting Sammy Guevara hear it. I don't think they believe him quite yet.
Can you imagine the butterflies that you're the first wrestling match on TNT since 2001? Right out of the gate? I mean, that's a special moment. That really is.
It's a hugely special moment. Sammy Guevara, though.
And a great honor, quite frankly, Tony, as well.
Showing off his agility, takes down Cody. Cody goes for the sweep. Sammy goes over the top, pinning predicament, rolls him through, and Cody immediately retreats to the outside.
Regrouping, rethinking it. So obviously, Guevara is very motivated in the early going, but he's going to have that speed and quickness advantage, I'm predicting, in this matchup with Cody. Cody, the former state champion wrestler from the state of Georgia, knows how to wrestle. You ground the man. You take that smirk off his face.
From Lassiter High School in Marietta, Georgia. Saw many of his amateur matches when he was in high school. Oh, Jim.
And we saw at Fyter Fest when Cody took on Darby Allin. Darby's speed and agility gave Cody fits. And he had to really break him down and try to wrestle him, try to turn it into a dogfight, a grappling contest on the mat. And I think that's going to be a similar game plan here for Cody against Sammy Guevara.
Waist lock. Cody bigger, stronger.
Yeah, but Sammy got a pretty wide vertical base that time to get out of it. That was a great counter move.
Leapfrog over the top goes Guevara. Guevara backflipping over Cody, and the drop kick takes him off his feet.
Great offense by Sammy Guevara, showing amazing agility.
Rolls through into the moonsault press. One. Only a one count from referee Aubrey Edwards.
You know, Aubrey thus far has rated out the highest of all the officials in AEW. She's does great work, no doubt about that.
Yeah, she's absolutely tremendous. You know what I was thinking about? The very first match that was ever on TNT started in 1995. It was on our old show called Nitro. Jushin Thunder Liger against Brian Pillman. I was thinking about that match and taking a look at this and how we're beginning once again, Jim, and Excalibur. Starting new here in 2019. Amazing.
We also had that match at Liger and Pillman in WCW back in about 90 or 91.
That's right.
Sammy Guevara returning to a vertical base. Backs Cody off, sends him into the rope. Shoulder tackle, though, from the larger Cody. Guevara, though, effortlessly, and a slap to the face.
Ooh, that's insulting. That's insulting. That flipped the switch, I think, maybe on Cody. No man, no person likes to get slapped in the face.
Cody effortlessly floating up and over the top, and now the power slam. Hook of the leg. 2.
Shades of Buzz Sawyer there, that power slam.
How about that?
Only a 1 count, actually. Sammy Guevara is a prolific vlogger. He's got his YouTube channel, and the Panda head. And now Cody sinks in. The figure 4, trying to ground Guevara.
Always good to hear a few woos here, there, and yon, Tony.
Yes, it is. Jimmy, are you a vlogger?
I don't think I've ever blogged.
I didn't think so either.
I don't know if that's even, can you say that word on television? I know we're TV 14, but.
And Guevara fighting, trying to make it to the bottom rope, but Cody, great ring awareness.
Right back to the middle. As far from the ropes as he can negotiate, and finally, Sammy's he's long. Guevara's about 6'1".
Yes, he is.
Got really good length, both arms and legs. He's able to make it to the ropes from places that other guys would have a lot of trouble getting that rope break.
Cody talked about in the pregame vignettes that we have aired how important this match is as far as momentum and getting him ready for our next pay-per-view in Baltimore.
Full Gear. November 9th.
Big deal, boy. In Baltimore, that arena's seen it all.
Some of the great matches of all time have been in that arena in Baltimore. And, you know, we talked to Cody about the fact that he said if he lost this match that he would give up his title shot to Sammy Guevara. And he says that would certainly put Sammy in line, one would think, to get a title shot.
It would put him definitely in the conversation.
Yes, it would.
If I know Cody, he's not giving up anything.
That's right.
He was standing vertical.
Vertical suplex, letting all the blood flow to Sammy Guevara's head. When he drops him down, there's going to be pins and needles through the extremities of Sammy Guevara.
Cody with a cover and got a near fall out of that situation. Cody, I would say, at least in my estimation, fellas, is operating with a cautious offensive approach. He's not taking too many unnecessary chances here against a very explosive and opportunistic Sammy Guevara.
Well, it's a smart, sound strategy is what it is. Now, what's he doing here? I'll tell you what he's doing here. He's getting the blood pumping back to his upper body, but he's also pumping himself up, firing himself up, telling himself that he can stick in this match with Sammy Guevara.
The one thing Cody can't do is take... Oh, hook kick by Guevara!
That didn't miss. Those right hands of both men didn't find their mark. That kick did.
Cody comes back. Oh!
What a cutter!
Off the middle rope, hook of the leg. 1, 2, no! Kick out.
Handed to Guevara. He's kicking out. He's holding on. Both legs are hooked. And another kick out after a good, strong 2 count. Referee in perfect position to make her call. The thing that Cody's got to realize here, I can't allow myself to get frustrated.
Can't allow himself to get frustrated, and he also has to keep the clock in mind. There's a 20-minute time limit for this matchup. It's already bit him once against Darby Allin. He doesn't want another draw. I think a draw would take Cody out of the title picture, too.
We are in our very first match here on TNT, and already we are trending #1 on Twitter and #3 on Twitter right now. How about that?
Well, at JRSBBQ, Tony, it's all you need to know.
Guevara
we appreciate that, folks. Appreciate your support.
We really do. Yes, sir.
Swear to God, we do.
Coming off. Oh, look at that. A cutter of his own.
Nice right there now.
Springing up, turning his back, and driving Cody face first to the canvas.
Damn good offense. Legs are hooked. And Cody forces his shoulders off the canvas before the 3 count. But, boy, that was close.
Well, Sammy said this was the biggest night of his life, and he's performing just like that.
Everybody wants to, you got to compete in this league with a keen sense of urgency on every night, every outing. Wins and losses count. We're talking about the win-loss records here. We'll be doing that throughout this broadcast.
High Enziguri there from Sammy Guevara, but he turned his back to Cody. That's the cockiness coming back to bite him. Sammy Guevara always misbehaving, the kind of kid that would run through the house with a pickle in his mouth. And Cody making him pay.
And Brandy telling him what for on the outside.
Yeah, she is. Give him a piece of her ear, his ear. Whatever. And, wait a minute here. Did I see what I think I saw?
Guevara pulling Brandy into the line of fire.
Well, that's weak. That's weak. Let's take another look if we can.
Exactly what he did.
Thank goodness Cody had enough agility to be able to slow down a little bit and not eliminate his wife from consideration.
But you saw Brandy, the back of her head, actually striking the barricade.
Dr. Sampson in her ringside position, tending to her. Back to the spine first, into the ring post goes Cody. And Guevara's got a big advantage right now. Can he close the deal? And the fans are letting you know exactly what they think of Sammy Guevara. A proctologist nightmare.
Guevara headed up to the top. Moonsault press, nobody home. Nobody home that time. Running shooting star press, great cover. Look at the leg, deep cover. No!
Give Sammy a lot of credit on that.
Yeah.
Twice missed. He went right back to the point of attack once again.
Very talented young man is Sammy Guevara.
Yes, he is.
Win, lose, or draw in this matchup, he is a great signee for the AEW group.
9 years of experience for him. He looks like he's been in the ring much, much longer than that.
Wow, Brandy just got her some. No, kicked out. Guevara kicked out. I'd have bet my last black hat that was a 3 count.
Cody finding out firsthand just how important this is to Sammy Guevara. 10 minutes have elapsed here. And that has to be in the back of Cody's mind.
Sammy's like dead weight now. Look at this.
Yeah, that kick might have put Sammy's lights out.
Well, I'm not so sure that I think maybe Cody should just go on for a pin there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Could be.
Yeah, you know, they call them high-risk maneuvers.
Yeah.
And
I just believe when you go off your feet voluntarily, you're asking for trouble. Both these men now are asking for trouble.
Oh, my God.
Cody. Avalanche-style reverse suplex.
The cover by Cody. Laser hook with a no-scope. What the hell is it going to take? What the hell is it going to take to beat Sammy Guevara here tonight?
And frustration written on the face of Cody at 100-point font.
I tell you, Sammy Guevara is making a statement here tonight.
Man, these fans love Cody. Good Lord. Yeah.
Cody's got Sammy hooked up. Sammy, though, floats over. He's behind Cody. Sends him into the corner. Back elbow. Staggers Sammy out towards center.
Sammy's having trouble maintaining his equilibrium. His balance has been affected. And there he is.
Just as you said that.
Good Lord. He was resurrected.
Fly by Sammy Guevara.
That should do it. Spanish fly. And a kick out. A kick out. About 2.5.
Sammy not wasting any time.
He shouldn't. He needs to go right back to the attack again.
High risk, high reward, Sammy. If that's your thought, there you are.
Sammy, shooting star press, but Cody got the knees up. Inside cradle.
Inside cradle. Inside cradle. Hook and Cody. Locked in. The 3 count. Cody beats Sammy Guevara in a hell of a match.
The winner of this match, the
Utilizing the
American
inside cradle.
Nightmare, Cody!
Well, that was a family affair, Excalibur.
Very much so. Doesn't look like Brandy's too angry at Cody for that, especially picking up the victory here in the first match on TNT in nearly 20 years.
Our colleague Tony Schiavone is headed to ringside to try to get a word with Cody.
And Sammy Guevara, though, he can hold his head high.
Yeah.
Cody threw just about everything he had at him, and that's what it took to put away Sammy.
Sammy showed his arrogance at times, may cost him at the end of the game. I don't know. But Sammy Guevara had one of his greatest outings that I've ever seen him in here tonight in a losing effort.
Very much so.
That was a big turning point right there.
Sammy, though, this is such tremendous agility and ring awareness, able to keep his eye on Cody at all times, and very nearly scored the victory here. But Randy rattling the brain of Guevara, and Cody. I mean, this is really where the things turned.
And here's how it ended. Finally, it took everything Cody had, as Excalibur pointed out. He finally gets the 3 count. And Cody wins this opening contest here on AEW Dynamite.
Beautiful form on that shooting star press, but Cody just cares about results.
Tony, take it away, buddy.
All right. How about that?
Jericho blindsiding Cody, the man he will face on November 9th at Full Gear. And the champion, the world champion, is just breaking Cody down.
Jericho making a major statement here. He is the champion. He will remain the champion. If Jericho's got anything to say about it, the chaos will get this under control, but we'll be back. Well, the referee is trying to talk some sense into Chris Jericho, who has assaulted, mugged Cody here.
And Jericho just continues to dismantle Cody.
Yeah, well, Jericho's got the advantage. He's going to keep this advantage unless some miraculous thing happens. This is an opportunity for Jericho to maim Cody before Baltimore.
And we saw Jericho do something similar at Fight for the Fallen in Jacksonville when he attacked Hangman Adam Page after his matchup. And that was going into their World Championship title match at All Out.
Jericho taking his time. He's like the executioner. I'm in no hurry to flip the switch for the lights out on Cody.
And Jericho just smiling as he makes his way up the ramp. And actually now looks to be returning to the ring. He's got the title in his hand.
Yeah, he can use that as a trophy or a weapon. I think the latter is on the plate of Cody.
Boom! Jericho just brains Cody with that title.
Jericho is doing all he can, at least in my opinion, to make sure that Cody is not able to compete for the championship in Baltimore.
Yeah, Cody's condition has got to be a question mark going into Full Gear. And Jericho now looking for... Oh, he's got... grabbing the camera just to rub salt in the wound even more.
Jericho's, as usual...
just now taking selfies in the center of the ring.
That's a big selfie, man.
And Brandi powerless to do anything.
Brandi with tears in her eyes is concerned for her husband's welfare, and I don't blame her for that. Jericho had his way, and now what? Cody trying to get back to his feet, and that's no small task.
Yeah, not only did he have to endure the match with Sammy Guevara, but now this beatdown. He's got the chair across the spine of Cody.
We're back live here in Washington, D.C. Jericho, the AEW champion, the first ever, making sure that his #1 contender, Cody, is not going to be able to compete in Baltimore. Look at this.
Jericho just taking every piece of plunder at the ringside area and using it on Cody. He's now setting up some sort of tower of... Oh, no, no, no. Jericho.
Very calculating.
Got Cody hooked up. And the powerbomb of the chairs.
The lower back, right across the chairs. Could be kidney damage, could be lower back damage. Jericho knows exactly what he's trying to do.
And now, finally, order trying to be restored here.
Oh, come on, Jericho. Don't be a bully, damn it. Show some class. You're the champion. What do you want now?
I am Chris Jericho. And I am the champion of AEW.
Tell us something we don't know.
This is Jericho blindsiding Cody and just laying in a savage beatdown. And Sammy Guevara very wisely making himself scarce.
Guevara getting himself out of the middle of this rivalry between Jericho and Cody. And again, Jericho's motive is very simple, folks. That's what he did while we were in the commercial break. Many of you saw.
Jericho just exerting his will on a defenseless Cody.
Cody was helpless. He says he's defenseless, helpless. I'm surprised more people didn't come to the ring to try to intervene. But be that as it may, Tony Schiavone's back with us. You dodged a bullet there, it seemed like.
You're not kidding. And I've known Chris Jericho for seemingly forever.
Right.
But it was a different look in his eyes, Jim, than I've ever seen before.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Cutler is on your screen right now. And Excalibur, an interesting story. Tell us about him.
School-age friend of the Young Bucks. He broke into the business with them, but then after about 5 years in the professional wrestling business, left the business to start his own family. But the bug never goes away. And Cutler back here in professional wrestling and back in AEW.
Yeah, but look who he's got first of all.
Waiting for the ring for Blake.
Cut my music! Cut my music! Who said you idiots can speak while there's a microphone in my hand? Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock or you're poor and by the looks of it, check. You are looking at the youngest and fastest rising star in the history of professional wrestling, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And tonight, you losers get the distinct honor to watch a star be born as he goes one-on-one against Brandon Cutler. Brandon Cutler, the guy that clearly got lost on the way to the seat behind the guardrail. Brandon Cutler, the guy who reminds me of each and every single one of you in this arena, and all of you watching at home, he's a complete loser.
Brandon Cutler, the guy who's about to figure out that Dungeons and Dragons might not be real, but you know what is real? The fact that I'm better than you, and you know it.
Brandon Cutler, very avid tabletop gamer. And MJF seizing on that, insulting Cutler, saying that he doesn't play Dungeons and Dragons, and he posted a gym selfie alongside it. But then Joe Manganiello posted his muscle and fitness cover coming to the defense of Cutler. So it'll be interesting to see here if the Dungeons and Dragons muscles, if those D20 muscles in Cutler's arms, able to allow him to prevail over MJF.
Okay, so there are Dungeons and Dragons muscles?
It's usually in the wrist.
Okay, gotcha.
Unless you use a dice tower.
Okay, but I know where...
Let's address this at our next meeting, guys.
Okay. I know where the muscles
are... Cutler! Coming over the top!
He's got to be insulted. He finally gets his break. He gets an opportunity. Hey, just because he went to high school, grade school, the Young Bucks, they helped to get him in the door. He's got to learn. He's got to earn his right to stay here.
Over the top into a pinning predicament. 1, 2.
Right, long legs. Use them in a lot of different ways in this environment.
2 count only from referee Rice Remsburg, and now Cutler with the fireman's carry, but MJF with the eye rake.
Now I'm begging Remsburg not to ask if he did anything illegal.
No. You know, we try to stay impartial here, right? Well, I mean, we always have, right?
Yep.
But I can tell you this, in this match, I want to see Cutler shut this little prick's mouth.
Yeah, Tony. TV 14.
I've had enough of it. I mean, I really have.
And all the way out to the ring post goes Cutler. Like I said, Cutler's living his dream right now. He stepped away from wrestling, as Excalibur told us. He decided to make another run at it, and he worked very diligently to be noticed.
Oh, we had a great view of Cutler being sent into that ring post, shoulder first, as MJF just taking his time.
I will agree with you, MJF, Tony, about one thing. He is arguably one of the hottest young talents in the entire business.
There is no question. At 23 years of age, that's amazing. How talented he is at such a young age, Jim.
Yeah, he's a prodigy. And he's going to be one of the foundation pieces that the AEW is going to be built upon, in my opinion.
And now trying to yank the shoulder of Brandon Cutler out of socket, but Cutler hangs on and staring daggers into the eyes of MJF.
Now, smart move by MJF, right across the joint.
But Cutler
sidestepping, avoiding the contact. And now Cutler.
Tope suicide, and now just raining shots down on the face of MJF.
And Cutler quickly gets MJF back in the ring where he can conduct this business. Going up top.
Cutler up to the top, lost his balance. Oh, his knee. I think he actually tweaked his knee on the tope. Charging in.
Well, you know what they say about a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
Oh, MJF just starched him with that and puts him in. He's got him locked in the salt of the earth, and Cutler has to tap out immediately.
Submission. Again, working that joint to the elbow. And MJF use that counter out.
A submission. MJ.
If he doesn't release it, reverse the decision.
MJF picking up a monumental victory here on the debut episode of All Elite Wrestling Dynamite.
Man, what a main event, ladies and gentlemen, still to come here tonight. The Young Bucks, Kenny Omega against Chris Jericho and his men. That should be quite the star-studded six-man tag main event. Folks, let's take it down to Chris Van Vliet. He's got some special guests down at ringside. Chris?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the stars are out here tonight in D.C. for the first ever AEW Dynamite on TNT. Please welcome Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. Now, guys, the Jay and Silent Bob reboot officially hits theaters on October 15th. It stars none other than AEW champion Chris Jericho. What was it like working with Jericho on this film?
Believe it or not, Jericho plays a bad guy in our movie, man.
That is very hard to believe.
And now I see it was typecasting. I had no idea. It's great, though. He was phenomenal. But it was phenomenal, honestly. Never mind the movie. It comes out October 15th and 17th. But we are so excited to be here tonight. Cody Rhodes, that was amazing. AEW joining the world right now. Who are these fools? Why are these cats?
I'm sorry about this, guys. I don't know.
Oh, and hey, Jay! By the way, for the record, Morris Day and the Time sucked! Oh!
You no, guys. He's got something to say.
What are you even doing?
You guys aren't even good enough to win a match.
What do you know what minute? What's the right part? We got cheated. I don't know. No. Tough guys, hey.
Well, this is a... Have you ever heard of a train going off the tracks? Excalibur? That's what we're seeing right here.
Yeah, TH2, the Hybrid 2, Jack Evans and Angelico, and now Private Party, the two men that are part of the AEW World Tag Team Championship title tournament. They will face off with the Young Bucks next week, but Private Party coming to the aid of Jay and Silent Bob.
The focus in this whole situation, ladies and gentlemen, is our tag team tournament that starts next week right here on Wednesday night, right here on TNT. It's the greatest tag teams there. You see the bracket. It's the Young Bucks, certainly one of the favorites, but so are Best Friends, Dark Order. There's a lot of teams here that, you know.
Yeah, Dark Order securing their first round bye at All Out, and so they've already advanced to the second round. They only have to win 2 more matches to become AEW World Champion.
SCU made the rounds in Washington, D.C. Let's take a little look at their home video.
My fellow Americans, thank you for being here today for this special announcement. We here at SoCal Uncensored have done extensive research in the DC area, and through that research we have found that
this is the worst town I've ever been in.
You know, it's no secret that the service we provide is to bring a little SoCal love to those not fortunate enough to reside in the Golden State. Ain't that right, CD?
You got that right. You see, we're 3 bad brothers from across the way, and when you see us come strutting, the 3 letters you say are SCU.
SCU!
They are SCU, and we are 1 week away from right here on TNT to begin the tournament to crown the first ever AEW Tag Team Champion.
Tony Schiavone.
That's you.
We are right here, AEW Dynamite. You know, going into this tournament, the big question for us is which 2 members of SCU are going to compete. And while I am very confident that any 2 of the 3 would walk out of the tournament with gold around our pretty little waists, I think Scorp has to set this one out and roll with the experience of the former 4-time tag team champions, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian.
You heard the man, experience. SCU brings more experience into this tournament than anyone else.
Lucha Brothers.
Wait.
Only one thing. Let me remind you why we are the best tag team in the universe. Cero Miedo!
Cero Miedo, no fear.
Look out! Boy, you can feel that one brewing, and
And now the officials and security, Atlas Security, restraining the Lucha Brothers, keeping them apart from SCU.
Dean Malenko's out there, one of the senior officials here at AEW.
Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. taking exception to SCU.
More chaos. We've got to get it under control, folks, but we will be right back. Don't you go away. 14,129 fans on hand here tonight, selling out the Capital One Arena. As we get ready for our big main event, ladies and gentlemen, there you see the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. They seem to be very quiet, and they know they got their work cut out for them because Chris Jericho's bringing his troops to play. As a matter of fact, let's eavesdrop on Jericho a little bit.
I've seen your work. I know you beat the crap out of the Young Bucks before. You know my history with Kenny. Tonight is the most important night in pro wrestling history. The most important night in AEW history. I'm expecting big things.
Jericho, lots of apologies, so we'll apologize right now for eavesdropping on this conversation. I don't think we've got any trade secrets there, quite frankly. And what do you think about this title match?
The AEW Women's World Championship. That champion will be crowned here tonight as Nyla Rose, the Women's Casino Battle Royale winner, takes on Riho.
And Tony, this next one's going to be a big matchup too. Two great, highly skilled dudes.
Highly skilled Hangman Adam Page. He'll be going one-on-one against Pac, and that match will be coming up right here. Looking forward to this matchup because these two guys can really kick it into high gear, Jim. And we've already had a program kicked into high gear many times.
Yes, exactly. No doubt about that. You want to call him Little Bastard again?
Yeah, the Bastard Pac.
All right.
There you go. Thank you.
This should be a good one, folks.
This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring first, from Aaron's Creek, Virginia, weighing 219 pounds, Hangman Adam Page.
Well, he's 28 years of age. Came within an eyelash of becoming the first ever AEW champion just a few weeks ago, before losing a hard-fought one to Chris Jericho in a match. Quite frankly, folks, and I really believe this could have gone either way.
You're right, it could have gone either way. And now it's important for him to put that behind him and move straight ahead. Forget about what happened. He'll get another shot down the road. It may not be immediate, but he'll get another shot, so he needs to stay focused, and he really needs to Excalibur for his opponent coming up.
Yeah, this is a huge chance for Page to rebuild, but he has the Bastard Pac to contend with. This is a long, simmering rivalry between these two men. They were supposed to meet at Double or Nothing, but now they will face off here tonight at Dynamite.
This could be our show stealer, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen. Time will tell. We'll know soon. A man that gravity forgot.
And his opponent from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, weighing 206 pounds, he is a Bastard Pac.
See, now you've got Robert saying Bastard, Tony. What a negative environment relationship you're fostering here.
Well, it's on his Twitter account there, Jim.
Okay.
He goes by that. You know, that is a very ominous look. That is what he's trying to do here is psych out his opponent, trying to intimidate his opponent just by his look, just by walking through the entryway.
If anybody has a chip on their shoulder, this guy's got one permanently attached.
Pac is one of the most, I would say, overlooked competitors in professional wrestling, but also one of the most highly skilled. He was undefeated for 2 straight years, and yet the wrestling world seemed to look past him. And so, yes, that chip is the size of the Washington Monument on Pac's shoulder. We saw Pac defeat Kenny Omega at All Out in Chicago, Illinois, just about a month ago.
Yeah, and not by any fluke either. Submission. The referee stopped the match. This guy's a dangerous human being, and he's used the fact that he's not a giant means nothing. His leverage, the application of holds and submissions are just par excellence. Nothing better.
He's a tremendous high flyer, as you alluded to, but he is also an expert-level professional wrestling grappler and striker.
This main event level matchup, ladies and gentlemen, will start momentarily. We'll take Earl Hebner to the referee, give these guys their last instructions. We'll come back, get this match started. Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back. We're back on AEW Dynamite. Pac is having issues. And maybe now that Hangman Page will have the issues. This match won't fall the 20-minute time limit. Earl Hebner, the referee. And folks, if we get to the position, we got to take another commercial break. It will be picture in picture, so don't go anywhere.
I think Hangman did a great job that time by staying in the ring and not following Pac on the outside. Just stay in the ring where the action takes place. Let Pac do all the posturing outside.
Page uses that size and strength advantage to lay in those forearm shots. Quick kicks by Pac.
Yeah, the educated feet of Pac. 2 soul butts and the middle kick. Oh, giving Hangman something to think about, but Hangman fires back with a high kick. Pac with one of his own.
And these guys are mano a mano, exchanging kicks and blows. For the clothesline, taking Pac inside out, upside down. Down he goes. What impact from Hangman Page, who just exploded on that.
Sorry, Jim. Yeah, but go back and get him. You know, the fans are going to cheer, and you can turn to the fans and look around, but you need to go right back because you know the resiliency of Pac.
Yeah, you're right, Tony.
And Kenny Omega made the mistake of underestimating Pac, and it cost him the victory, and it cost him a chance to be in the title picture with Chris Jericho.
Outside here now in no man's land. And Pac colliding. Human demolition derby here on the outside as Hangman Page is manhandling Pac.
And we talked about the long-standing enmity between these two men. Pac actually offered an open challenge on a show in Nottingham, England, and Hangman Page, much to everyone's surprise, answered. Pac ultimately lost that match via disqualification because he would refuse to. Oh, look at this, Hangman Adam Page!
Page taking a big chance, big risk with that suicide dive. Well, it's a long way from Aaron's Creek, Virginia to England. You can't get there from here. Look at this. Impact, contact, physicality.
And Pac sent hard into the barricade, his rib colliding with the top of it. But that match in Nottingham ended up with Pac injuring the left knee of Hangman Page, and that has plagued him all summer long. It'll be interesting to see if Pac returns to that well.
Yeah, one would think he should, Excalibur. That would be a sound strategy to try to win a match. Go right back to the knee.
Fall-away slam, not stiff up by Page.
Look at the leg and cover, 2, no. If there's any ill effects to the knee, Hangman Page is doing a great job of hiding them.
You're burning daylight there, Adam Page. You're burning daylight, my boy.
You have to remember, this is Page's first match since his unsuccessful World Championship title match against Chris Jericho. That has got to be weighing heavily on his mind.
But he's got to get over that hangover. You can't be married to that one. He had a great effort. He could have been the champion. But things have gone his way a little bit more positively. And right now, Pac is going to make sure that he gets a victory here. For both these men, we've talked to them, both of them, before the event here tonight. It's very important because the records, the win-loss records, are so emphasized here.
Yes, they are. And Pac can make a strong case to get a world title shot if he gets a win here, I would think, against Hangman Adam Page.
I don't know why he wouldn't. He'd be in a conversation.
That's right, he would be.
Beautiful.
Almost effortlessly does Pac springboard and fly through the air in a controlled way.
Yeah, he glides through the air, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He's under control there. Watch this.
Take another look at this Quebrada.
Chest on chest.
And just driving Page, you could see on the replay there, Page was clutching the back of his head after it collided with the ramp. And now Pac just driving the knee into the chest of Page and keeping up on the punishment. We saw him submit Kenny Omega just a month ago at All Out.
Getting struck in his solar plexus happens much more often than sometimes we document, ladies and gentlemen, but it will drive the air out of you in a hurry, as a lot of us know from other forms of athletics or whatever it may be.
Now Pac, springboard, 450 splash. Look at the leg. 1, 2, no. Referee Earl Hebner only says it was a 2 count.
Pac not pleased the results of the official's decision, but it was right.
Yeah, but you got to get through that. You can't get too frustrated.
Those mule kicks, reverse kicks, very effective.
Yeah, the Solba to the midsection and those kicks to the chest, softening Hangman Page up for the brutalizer. That finish, that submission maneuver that he used to finish off Kenny Omega.
That shocked me. That because it came almost out of nowhere, the submission, and man, when he locked it in, it was Omega loses consciousness.
Yeah, he locked it in tight, and Omega, or the referee had no other recourse other than to stop the match. Omega was defenseless.
Oh, man. Good Lord.
Emphatic drop kick there in the corner. Now Pac looking perhaps for the Black Arrow. But Page had it scouted, immediately grabbing the ankle of Pac, preventing Pac from taking to the skies.
You know, Pac has kind of slowed down the pace of this match a little bit, which kind of surprising.
Yeah, very much likes to push the pace.
Then you're a setting duck on that top turnbuckle in a passive position. And now Page took advantage of it. The young man who graduated from college in 2 years.
Hangman Adam Page.
Smart kid.
Avalanche blockbuster.
And the human body will bounce.
And an emphatic drop kick there from Page. He sends Pac into the ropes. He's got him crossed up and flapjacks him.
Cover by Page. Not a good cover, but a cover nonetheless. Enough to get him a 2 count out of it.
Lackadaisical cover there.
Yeah, did not hook a leg.
Didn't even have his body over his upper body across Pac's upper body.
That's getting too big a hurry.
Too big a hurry. And
Pressure.
sometimes you try to make a cover and you're out of breath and you're out of sorts and you're not able to make the cover you want to make.
Yeah, those shots to the midsection from Pac may have knocked the wind out of Page.
Right.
Folks, remember Pitcher and Pitcher coming our way in a few moments as we've got to take a commercial obligation here. Oh, man. Page's shoulder ramming into the post. The post wins every single time. And Pitcher here, ladies and gentlemen. You have to go anywhere. You can see it all right here. Many of you, that is.
Jim, I think the ring post, as it has many times throughout history, has changed the complexion of this match.
Yes, it gets its hand raised more often than not.
Yeah, it sure does.
And you see Pac picking Page up by that injured left arm.
Yeah, and he got to get back on it.
Oh! Turnabout is fair play for Pac as he sends Page into the barricade at ringside.
My God, there's Conrad Thompson at ringside.
Holy smokes, I didn't even notice that. And how can you miss him?
Now Pac spending a little too much time jogging with the crowd, giving Page an opportunity to recover. Or perhaps that's what he wants. He hits those vicious missile drop kicks.
And again, he has slowed down this pace. It's a pace apparently he likes.
Pac up to the top. Drop kick takes Hangman off his feet.
There's that missile drop kick you're referring to. A lot of power, a nippa by the extremely athletic Brit. Fans watching back in Pac's country, UK, on ITV. We thank you for that. Much like the fans are in Canada, watching on TSN.
Pac spending too much time taking Page lightly. I mean, Page is somebody that pushed Chris Jericho to very nearly his limit. So Pac cannot afford to give Hangman Adam Page any window of opportunity.
But don't you think it's kind of his style, taking people lightly or trying his own pace? I mean, he approaches everybody the same way, it seems.
That's true. I mean, he did the same thing to Omega.
Right.
And this is their second meeting. And perhaps he found something out in that first contest in Nottingham. Pump kick there from Pac. And Page barely able to stand on his own 2 feet.
Maid Marian from Nottingham, Tony?
She was?
Yeah. I thought you went to school with her. Wasn't real sure about that.
I went to school with her aunt.
At James Madison.
I sure did. So I know where Adam Page is from. I know Aaron's Creek, Virginia very well.
I bet you do.
Not too far from Danville.
Pac just delivering repeated stomps to the head of Page, but that seems to be firing Hangman up.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, here on TNT here in the United States. So glad you're with us. Right now, Adam Page is not so happy he's where he is. The pacing of this match is troublesome to me, Tony.
Yeah, it's surprising in many ways. It's almost as if Pac is allowing Page to come back, and here he comes.
To hang around.
That's right.
No pun intended for the Hangman. And those right hands.
Up, and a spine buster from Page.
Page channeling his inner Arn Anderson.
Sure was.
Rolls through. He's looking for the Deadeye. He's got Pac hooked up, but Pac knows what jeopardy he's in. He hangs onto the top rope. Page abandoned ship. Now, Pac, drop kick, but countered. Page pops him up. Powerbomb plants Pac down.
That could do it. The powerbomb. The leg is hooked. Far leg was hooked. Got a near fall out of it.
Yeah, it's going to take more than just 2 power bombs to send Pac down for the 1, 2, 3.
And Earl Hebner checking on Pac, checking if his eyes are completely glazed over or not. That powerbomb was jarring. Oh, but Pac.
This is smart.
Yeah, great ring awareness there as he
right.
escapes.
He thinks he's avoiding the contact.
But
got news for him.
Hangman! Orihara moonsault to the outside!
Inside goes Pac. Page has got the advantage here now. Let's see if he can put it away and win this thing.
Buckshot avoided by Pac. Waistlock.
Oh, look out, Earl.
Oh!
Low blow.
The back heel kick
Right
from Pac. Earl Hebner didn't see it.
Right square in the jewels.
Yeah, but he knows something's up.
You can't call something you don't see it.
That's right.
And right now, the low blow is going to go ungoverned because the referee didn't see it.
And now Pac up to the top. Black Arrow!
Black Arrow!
Into the brutalizer!
Right into the submission. This is what Pac beat Kenny Omega with, the brutalizer.
And that is it. Earl Hebner calls for the bell. Pac is 2-0 in All Elite Wrestling.
Hangman Page in a defenseless position. The referee has made the right call. Now they can only get Pac to break it, which he finally does.
You know, they may call that move the brutalizer, but the real brutalizer was that mule kick.
Yeah.
And I get it. Earl Hebner is one of the best, but that was a missed call. And I understand why he missed it.
We didn't see it.
No, he didn't see it.
Yeah, his vision was obscured by both men's bodies. And Pac, great situational awareness as he took advantage of that. And that completely changed the story of this matchup. Take another look at some of the action here. As Hangman started off with that lariat and the tope combination, but Pac would not be denied.
Right, great camera shot, unique camera positioning there. And right there's the difference maker, folks.
That's right.
That was a difference maker right there. He buried that foot into the jewels. And that business picked up really well for Pac after that low blow.
The Black Arrow Brutalizer combination spelled the end of the evening for Hangman Adam Page. Pac, your winner.
And not just another pretty face.
On Saturday, November 9th, Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega the Myth seems to think I'm some kind of joke. Are you ready to sacrifice it all?
Cody versus Chris Jericho.
The man continues to reinvent himself.
There is nothing that Chris Jericho has that scares me.
For the AEW World Championship.
And Le Champion is going to celebrate with a little bit of the bubbly.
All Elite Wrestling presents Full Gear. Live Saturday, November 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Only on pay-per-view.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got some, just gets bigger and bigger, just gets better and better, because we got one of the top stars, female stars, and all of AEW going to join us here in a few moments.
Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, the woman that was a heartbeat away from being in the AEW Women's World Championship title match here tonight, but Bea Priestley yanking her out of the ring after Bea was eliminated. Britt trying to get some comeuppance from their interaction at Fight for the Fallen, and Bea pulling Britt out and allowing Nyla Rose to eliminate her to allow Nyla to have her slot in this AEW Women's World Championship title match. Britt, welcome to the booth.
Great to be here, guys. I wish I was in the ring, but if I was going to be anywhere else, I'd be here with you.
Thank you. And Tony's lucky he drew the long straw. He's sitting by the pretty lady.
That's exactly right. Well, Brent, I know it's got to be tough, as you just said, watching this because of what we had just seen happen. But here we go. This is a very historic moment in all of AEW. We're going to crown our first women's champion.
You're right. And you know what? I was the first woman signed to this company.
That's right.
And that was for a reason. So I'm going to do what it takes to let me the best woman win in this situation. But at the end of the day, I'm gunning for whoever walks out champion.
How long was your journey to become a dentist?
It was 8 years, JR. 8 years to get DMD after my name, so I hope it doesn't take 8 years to get champion in front of my name.
But the point is, you have succeeded on long journeys before when you had your heart set on it.
Absolutely.
And Nyla Rose, the winner of the first ever Women's Casino Battle Royale at All Out.
She has got a magnificent size advantage here over Rio. And Rio's going to be the decided underdog. I'll probably get hate mail on that one because I'm making fun of her that she's 98 pounds. No making fun of anybody, folks. It's just data. It's real numbers.
But we've seen Riho overcome that disadvantage.
But going in this match, Excalibur, we have seen her. And I'm not peeing on her parade. All I'm saying is that you'd think the bigger, stronger woman would have the better advantage of winning this match, especially in the bigger, stronger woman's hotel. That's all.
Very much so, as Riho facing the biggest test of her very long career.
Hey, Tony, look at that.
Yes, sir. We are coming to the Bojangles Coliseum right there on Independence Boulevard in Charlotte, November 6th for AEW Dynamite. How about that, Jim?
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, more Dr. Britt Baker, the championship matchup, when we come back.
This contest set for one fall with no time limit is to determine the first ever All Elite Wrestling Women's World Champion. Introducing first, the native beast, Nyla Rose. And her opponent, from Shingawa City, Japan, Riho.
Long odds for Riho size-wise, but you can't measure someone's heart by their inches and their pounds.
Well, I think she's got two things going for her here. I think, number one, that she has trained with Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega has helped her prepare for this match. You can't discount that. That's number one. And number two, Nyla Rose is wrestling in her hometown. She was born in Washington. She grew up in Northern Virginia. And I do know from talking to her, she's very nervous about this day coming in. She feels a lot of pressure.
Well, you can't throw out experience either. Riho nearly doubles Nyla with years of experience at 13 years.
Yeah, but Riho only 22 years of age, and we see Nyla's strength already on display as she was just able to shove Riho off as Riho peppers her with those elbow strikes.
So if you're doing your math at home, Riho started wrestling professionally at the age of 9.
9. Isn't that amazing?
Figure that out, kids.
Riho coming in with that drop kick, a second drop kick. And we mentioned that Riho does have a victory. It was in a three-way match over Nyla Rose, a victory over Nyla Rose. And Riho was the woman that pinned her. But Yuka Sakazaki was also in that match. That was Riho with the head scissors. Takes down Nyla Rose. It'll be interesting to see if Yuka was the X factor for Riho coming away with the victory. Shoulder tackle there.
The thing you won't want, if you're a fan of Riho, is to let this match slow down. She's got to keep a pace that keeps the bigger opponent moving around.
Right.
You know, my sheet says that Nyla Rose weighs 185. Yeah,
lateral press, but Riho bridging up out of it.
And I'm 3'4". Come on. She's 200 pounds and she's an ounce.
And Riho with those stomps to the kidneys. Coming up. Whoa, double stomping. Nyla just shoves it off.
Nyla didn't know how strong she is. As Dr. Becker mentioned earlier, the experience advantage that Riho has is significant. But how good will Nyla Rose end up being when she gets all that experience behind her? That size. She's something, Dr. Baker, you can't really practice against, can you? There's not too many people like her to work out with. Right?
I guess you're right, JR.
And Britt, you've been in the ring with both of these women here in All Elite Wrestling. Do you have any insights that you can offer? Any game plan suggestions?
This ain't good.
Riho is one of the fastest competitors I've ever seen in a ring. With that being said, we're talking about the obvious size advantage we have here.
Doesn't matter how fast you are when the beast is laying on you like that. Speed does not come into play.
She is a beast.
Folks, you see there on the screen, we're going to be in Nashville. Tickets on sale now, AEWTix.com. Great wrestling city, Nashville Municipal Auditorium, so we're going to be.
The legendary Municipal Auditorium.
I'm going to try to eat my weight in Hattie B's hot chicken. It'll be a great trip.
And look at Nyla just cranking back on Riho as she's making that long crawl, having to carry her own body weight and all of Nyla Rose. And Nyla grabbing the hands.
This is exhausting. This is exhausting for Riho, carrying all that weight and then straining to get to the rope so the referee could call for a very timely break.
Yeah, senior official Paul Turner there with the eyes on the action.
Britt, this gives you a good opportunity to scout both these women.
It sure
Take
does.
a good look at what they do well, what they don't do so well, in your opinion.
Well, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's study, whether it be my books or an opponent. So all eyes are on the ring right now.
And look at this. Riho was kicking her legs, and she changed her positioning enough to escape behind Nyla, but Nyla with a back elbow.
And that could be inexperience right there from Nyla Rose, Tony, because she shouldn't have lost control of that particular situation.
But on the other hand, JR, Riho needs to stay away from her.
Yeah.
Stay out of her grasp. It's easier said than done.
And quicken the pace, move
Quicken
it.
the pace,
Don't
right.
let it slow down and let the bigger woman dictate the pace here. That's what we're seeing.
Oh, running knee strike there from Riho.
It was a mistake.
They got that from Kenny Omega, I could tell you.
Yes, sir.
A second one sends Nyla spilling to the outside.
Her own momentum got her out there. Now let's see if the count can work in Riho's favor. She can win this thing by count out, I was assuming. It's a decision.
And Riho heading up to the top. Nyla doesn't see her. Riho up to the top. And as soon as Nyla turns around.
Oh, no.
What a fair catch.
You do not want to be here.
Yeah, the mistake she made was letting her get up. Once Nyla Rose got up, she was able to catch her. She should have stayed down. And
great backbreaker. Right down the alley of where, look at this, caught.
Wow. And this could be the difference maker between Riho becoming the first ever AEW Women's World Champion. Oh, Nyla.
This is, absolutely don't need this, Ref. Just unarm her.
I'm not surprised.
Unarm her.
Nyla
There you go, ref. Good job.
Risking disqualification. But Riho fires up with some shots to the face.
Well, I'm not sure it means anything.
It doesn't. She doesn't want to do that.
And nobody can win or lose on the outside. You're both out there, you're in trouble. And this is she's not being manhandled, she's being woman handled. Here's Riho at the hands of Nyla Rose.
Riho being sent into the barricade. Nyla takes a glance at the World Championship title, but
what is she doing?
Now again going underneath the ring. Well, now multiple chairs.
All right, I'm sure security in the back can see these issues are developing.
Yeah, I mean, there is the referee's discretion, but this would be a very obvious disqualification for Paul Turner if Nyla were to strike her with the chair.
Well, Nyla Rose seemingly, I might be wrong, lost her focus. Now the stack of chairs topped with a Riho on top. And now here's this, well, I'm thinking 200-pounder up on the apron.
No!
Oh my God! The spine first on the steel chairs. Good Lord!
Nyla going for that cannonball senton, but Riho able to evade, and now Riho up on the apron.
Doors open, Riho. Stomp! The double stomp right to the abdomen.
Like a bolt of lightning from the sky.
Now's her opportunity. She needs to take advantage of it right here. Get her back in the ring.
We see
this. Spine first, popping those chairs.
Riho, pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah.
Riho ascending to the top rope.
What's next?
Stop to the spine. Riho covers with the leg.
Can it be enough?
No!
It's not enough. It's not enough, but it was a damn sure a strong near fall.
She really seems frustrated here, Britt, and she's got to put that frustration away.
Folks, we got a commercial break coming up momentarily, but we will keep you picture in picture here with the action here in the ring.
Yeah, there is no time limit to this match, so while we are in break, we'll keep an eye on the action as Riho wrenching on Nyla Rose.
Riho looking for a submission win in the first ever AEW Women's Championship matchup here in our inaugural voyage, Season 1, Episode 1, here on TNT.
And Britt, you felt those running knee strikes from Riho. Oh, look.
Is she really going to try to lift her up?
She does use that Northern Light suplex, and Riho. Oh!
But they add on again.
Riho capitalizing on using every ounce of her body weight with all of her offensive moves.
Wild swing on the lariat. Riho with the crucifix, but Nyla able to carry her weight.
Nyla still in control with a modified Samoan drop out of the crucifix, driving the air out of Riho, and now going for the cover. Here we are.
No.
Well, that small left shoulder just barely got off the canvas.
It's amazing she is still in this. She's almost like a rag doll right now after that crucifix drop. And they're chanting her name here.
Riho being hung out to dry on the top rope. The knee strike from Nyla. We saw her use the diving knee drop when her opponent's strung up on the top strand, and it looks...
No, this is ill-advised.
Oh, no. We've seen this before.
If Nyla Rose hits this, where this... Good Lord! The knee to the spine, hanging over the ropes, the cover! No! Almighty, how did she do it? How did Riho kick out? You said you can't weigh a heart. You can't weigh passion. It doesn't come in pounds and inches.
Nyla with the STF.
Can Riho withstand this pressure? Can she withstand this submission maneuver?
Look how far away she is from the ropes here.
That's a long way.
It is. She was reaching out, but she knows she can't get there, and she's not giving up.
Riho only 5 feet 2 inches tall, so this is like walking a mile while lugging a boulder for her.
After that boulder just landed on your neck.
That's right.
And you can see Nyla with the grip tighten underneath the chin of Riho, wrenching back.
And we're back live here, ladies and gentlemen, here on TNT. The AEW Women's Championship matchup in progress. One fall, no time limit.
Oh, look at this!
Oh, Riho, give her an A for effort. She tried to elevate Nyla Rose. She tried, but it was...
But her body just collapsed.
Yeah. And now Nyla laughing, making fun of her smaller adversary in this huge matchup.
Yeah, no shortage of spirit, of pluck, moxie, or grit from Riho. But Nyla Rose just with a distinct, overwhelming advantage.
Yeah, basically she's taking an ass kicking and she keeps coming back.
Pretty much.
It's amazing.
Rio's making she's making a fan out of me, I can tell you that, because you love the fighting spirit of this young woman. But boy, this power is just hard to overcome. Strength, the power, the weight advantage.
Riho fights her way out of the powerbomb, goes underneath, rolls through, has the leg captured. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only a 2 count.
Oh, come on. Are you sure?
Fans are sure that it was a 3.
I'm sure that was a clothesline.
And Nyla doing a great job keeping her focus, not getting distracted by the near fall. Death Valley driver. Hook at the leg. 1, 2. No!
You could almost feel it because there was no weight over the shoulders. The pin was not executed. And Nyla Rose may look back at this match and say, there's where I screwed up.
Right, she just lifted the right shoulder easily up.
It's the little things like that at the end of the match.
Fundamentals, Doc. Fundamentals, right?
That's right.
Well, the fans are really into this one, and we're going to be impressed regardless who wins this. We have been impressed with both these ladies.
Yeah, they've had a hell of a match.
Yes, they have.
Back and forth, give and take, no quit.
Nyla unsteady, though, on that top rope. I think the punishment she's endured, maybe those double stomps from Riho.
Look at this. You hear the flesh on flesh there. And the little lady's doing all she can to make a dent in this monster.
What?
Oh.
She's in the grass with the... Oh, no!
Avalanche Northern Lights suplex!
How in the hell did that happen? The cover! No! And a near fall! Another near fall, my God!
Nyla with the capacity to kick out, but Riho sizes her up, running knee strike. No, Nyla evades. Off the back!
Stayed right on it, did.
Got her.
Yeah, that was good. Focus maintained by Riho.
Double knees to the face. She hooks the leg.
Can she hold it? Can she hold it? It's over. It's over. Rio's a champion. Riho has beaten Nyla Rose to become the first ever AEW Women's Champion.
The winner of this match and All Elite Wrestling Women's World Champion, Riho.
Unbelievable.
An amazing match. Fans were with it each and every way. And Dr. Britt Baker, you got to set your sights now on this first ever women's champion.
You're sure right. What a match. Riho gave every ounce of fight the entire match.
Dr. Baker, it was great having you out here with us. We wish you the very best on your journey.
Thanks, guys. I love being here, but hopefully I'm not back here again because I need to be in the ring, right?
Right. Next time we want to see you in the ring.
That's right.
Tremendous, guys. Absolutely tremendous. She deserves every accolade because she took the Beast to the limit. I thought there was no way to hold the Beast down for a 3 count, but she did it. Amazing.
This will be the talk of the town. I didn't see that one coming.
Riho, her striking is second to none.
Riho, What a great match! What a great match! Look at the people! They must be proud of you! I'm proud of you! For the Japanese fans, let me interview with her in Japanese. Ryo-san!
Hey, wait a minute, Nyla, come on. Give her a damn moment.
Nyla blindsiding Michael Nakazawa. And now, Nyla
powered him up.
Got a Liger bomb.
Nyla got a better grip. She re-gripped it and delivered the goods on Michael Nakazawa.
That was a double clutch Liger bomb. Don't see many of those, do you?
No, sir.
Tremendous strength there by Nyla Rose, and now she looks to continue the attack.
Oh, no. Come on, for God's sakes.
Oh, Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega coming to the aid of the inaugural AEW Women's World Champion, Riho.
Well, the fans are glad to see Kenny, but not nearly as happy as Riho is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. A six-man tag team match set for one fall with TV time remaining. Approaching the ring first at a total combined weight of 605 pounds. The Young Bucks, Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, and Kenny Omega.
I love TV time remaining. Folks, on this match in its entirety, our main event is a heartbeat away. And don't you go away. This is going to be worth staying up for. We'll be right back.
Who wants Matt to toss his t-shirt out to these fans? Hold on. Should it be this section? Should it be this section? Let me hear this side one more time. Let me hear this side one more time. Who's
Who's having a good time here tonight? Kenny, did you get my voicemail?
You know I did, Matt. You know I did. And you know that we're just getting started. You guys ready for this main event, huh? Let me hear you guys. Come on. Well, I'm good to go, Matt. Come on. Send these people home happy.
I think we got the old Kenny back. What do you guys think? Come on, guys. This is the first main event of Wednesday Night Dynamite. Let's hear it. Come on. AEW. AEW.
First, from New York, at a combined weight of 425 pounds, Santana and Ortiz.
Well, these two cats make quite the impression on the AEW audience, Excalibur.
Yeah, it was just over a month ago at All Out, after the conclusion of that epic ladder match between the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros. Santana and Ortiz emerging from the audience and attacking the Bucks, making their presence felt here in All Elite Wrestling.
And their tag team partner from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing 225 pounds, he is the AEW World Champion, Chris Jericho.
Well, you're talking about a big-time main event for our first, as you said, Jim, our maiden voyage of AEW Dynamite. Jericho, Santana, Ortiz, the Young Bucks. What a story the Young Bucks are. If you think about pro wrestling and how it's evolved through the years and what the Young Bucks have done and been able to do, and now here they are on TNT, along with the one and only Kenny Omega.
Yeah, for my money, the Young Bucks are the best tag team wrestling in the world today.
I agree.
But Santana and Ortiz might have something to say about that.
Sure, they should have it, Excalibur. So should every other tag team in this company. They should all have that goal, to be the best there is. Right now, I say that title belongs to the Young Bucks, but we've got the teams here that, as they grow and evolve, can take that spot, as Arn Anderson said one time a long time ago.
And we're going to find out next week when we're in Boston as they kick off the tournament to crown the first ever AEW Tag Team Champs.
Boston, a sold-out event next Wednesday night. Certainly encourage you folks on those events coming up to get your tickets early.
AEWTix.com
has all your information, all the data. So six-man tag team action. I can tell you this right now, guys, is a six-man is hard to officiate.
Yeah, referee Rick Knox will have his hands full.
Yeah.
But he has refereed some of the most fast-paced matches in pro wrestling in the last 20 years. There's nobody better than him.
Yeah, it's hard to officiate, and if you've got veterans in the ring.
Oh, look at this.
Like a Chris Jericho who wants it. Boy, how about the battles these two have had, huh?
The battle of the Winnipegians. I think that's what you call it.
You can see Kenny Omega gesturing at his chin. That's where Chris Jericho hit the Judas effect on our debut event, Double or Nothing.
Oh, my.
Jericho says, you got this. I'll come in later.
It's mind games.
Yes, sure it is. Exactly. Has Kenny Omega been in a slump? There's a question a lot of folks have been asking me.
Well, when we looked at the view from backstage, it was a very dour mood, a somber mood. Not usually used to seeing the Elite a little more peppy, a little more energetic. And I think a lot of that has to do with Kenny Omega and his seeming mental collapse. Omega goes behind Santana, drop kick, basement drop kick.
Right, so quick. Right on the patella. Omega can be quicker than a hiccup. There's no doubt about that.
Beautiful Kotaro crusher there by Omega, but Ortiz immediately comes in when he sensed his partner was in jeopardy. Work on Rana, takes him down, but Omega had his back turned to the world champion. Irish whip into the ropes, reversed. Jericho. Oh, steps over.
Good grief. Almost beheading Jericho. Santana and Ortiz got them some shoe leather as well. Tags made.
We just witnessed the first ever super kick party on All Elite Wrestling. Dynamite! And Matt Jackson there directing traffic to Kenny Omega.
These guys thinking specifically of the Elite, willing to take a lot of chances here. And sometimes those chances are not very forgiving.
Kenny Omega feeling it from the sold-out crowd here at the Capital One Center.
Wait a minute.
Jon Moxley! It's Jon Moxley! Oh, my God!
Omega senses something's wrong.
Oh, there's something wrong, all right. Oh, there's something right. Jon Moxley here to assault Kenny Omega, and this rivalry continues.
Moxley dumping Omega to the outside, and the kick to the kidneys by Mox as he sends Omega over the barricade.
Moxley unpredictable, unjointed, unfettered.
Yeah, and nuts.
The fight on the outside. The referees lost complete control of this six-man tag team match, largely thanks to Jon Moxley.
And Moxley and Omega fighting outside in this sold-out arena.
Man, they're out here in no man's land of those two. We'll try to keep up with it as best we can, but we've got a match going on back in the ring.
Yeah, we got a 3-on-2 now in the ring, Jim.
Big disadvantage for the Young Bucks.
That's right. They're by themselves.
Jericho's team is fully intact, but thanks to Moxley, the Elite are going to be a man short.
Yeah, power play situation here for Santana Ortiz and the AEW World Champion Chris Jericho. And Omega, jabbing Moxley.
Well, they said he could wrestle a broomstick. And a mop.
And the cleaner is in DC. Over in the VIP area.
There's a VIP area?
There was.
What wasn't I told about that?
And God, look at this. Just repeatedly bashing Omega's head into that steel door.
I'm surprised we haven't had an intervention by the uniformed security. I mean, Moxley's unhinged, man. We talked about that. He's unpredictable. He has no conscience.
And Moxley, oh no!
Oh, they're pouring it.
Are you kidding me?
Oh no, no!
Not a glass coffee table. Oh no!
For the glass. Jars of glass. Good God! We got to get this under control. Get some help back here. Get some help. They're hurt, ladies and gentlemen. These 10 men are hurt, and we'll be right back.
Hey, hold on. I got a question.
Who threw a wiener in the ring?
And we are back live here on TNT. AEW Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at what happened just before we went to the commercial break. Our last commercial break, by the way, of the evening. Unbelievable. Absolutely no peace of mind, no conscience. Moxley doesn't give a damn about anybody's well-being, and I think sometimes including his.
That's right. He hit the coffee table as hard as Omega did. Omega went head first.
Elevation over the top.
Santana sent to the outside. Ortiz with the wild lariat. Spear there from Matt Jackson. Takes Ortiz off his feet.
We're going to see what the Bucks are made of now, guys.
3-on-2.
Yes, sir.
Man advantage. This is not the NHL, even though there's a hockey team that plays here. Pretty good, I hear.
Matt Jackson went for the tag, but his brother Nick was swept off the apron there by Santana on the outside, allowing Ortiz to hold Matt up. Santana, crossbody off the middle, senton there by Ortiz. Santana on his partner's back, moonsault press.
Ortiz and Santana, quite the duo. Look at this.
The diving headbutt to the chest, just showing no respect.
Yeah, no neutralizing the legs, no going for a traditional cover. A little showboating there.
Maybe showboating, but they are spectacular.
Yes, Santana and Ortiz are really, really good.
Really good, you're right.
Great signing by AEW. And the fact that they're affiliated here with Chris Jericho is not going to hurt their career. Nobody there for Jericho to land on the canvas.
Matt actually, I believe, got the knees up. You can see Jericho clutching the midsection. And you have to imagine if the tag team brackets were written again today, Santana and Ortiz would definitely have a slot in the tournament. But Ortiz there, cutting off Matt Jackson once again.
Man, Jericho and his men are ruling the roost here tonight. They're controlling the pace. They're controlling the action. They're countering all the offense in a quick, timely manner.
Double boots up there. Staggers Ortiz. Matt hits the rope.
Nice offense. Big time.
It's that Mariposa into the cutter. You can see Matt, he's had lower back problems in the past, and They may be re-aggravated now.
You're right, Excalibur. He has had back problems.
How about cutting off the potential tag that time?
Locomotion Northern Lights suplex.
Do it again.
Oh, he's got him back. Santana Ortiz tops him over the top.
A little stereo action from the conductor of that musical, Matt Jackson. Writing not so pretty music for Santana and his partner.
Matt to Nick. Nick comes in with the high right hand, the soul, but the screw high kick. Rising knee strike in the corner. Bulldog lariat combination. The one-man wrecking crew, Nick Jackson.
He can be as spectacular as anybody in the business.
Yes, he can, and he is right now.
Oh, perfect marksmanship.
Keep that world champion down on the floor. Even up the odds.
Perpetual motion. Perpetual motion for an amazing athlete, Nick Jackson. Being encouraged by his brother. Let's go here. We got no time to interact with the audience.
They identify the sense of urgency. Older brother Matt doing a great job. He's got Santana set up for the best.
The knees by Jericho.
Jericho intercepts. Single foot drop kick. Santana off the back. Cannonball in the corner.
Now it's 3-on-1, guys.
Judas effect.
There it was.
That's it. Jericho came loaded.
The winners of this match, the team of Santana, Ortiz, and the AEW World Champion, Chris Jericho.
As great as the Bucks are, the numbers were just too great in this match, guys.
Absolutely. It was a mathematical situation.
Right.
But now the referees, we need more referees here.
We need somebody.
Some little bit of order. Oh, there's Cody. Cody's seen enough.
Laid in right hands to the man he'll challenge on November 9th.
Cody, Henry Webb, the AEW champion. He knows what's coming.
Boots to the midsection, and now Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara. Oh! Dustin Rhodes is here. Cody's brother Dustin came to fight with all the Texas spirit. Guevara gets a taste of his own medicine. She loved it on the jewels. Wait a minute. For the love of God, is that? That's Jake Hager.
Jake Hager.
The undefeated MMA Jake Hager from Bellator. And somebody said, holy shit, I get it. My God, Hager's a man possessed. He's tearing up everything that's got a heartbeat.
Where in the world did he come from?
Jake Hager.
Out of nowhere.
Flattening Cody.
Man, this crowd is buzzing. First it was Jon Moxley fighting off with Kenny Omega that created this mismatch. And now Jericho has continued to load the wagon. Don't worry about the mules. Just load the damn wagon.
Yes, sir. He's got Guevara. He's got Jake Hager. Santana Ortiz.
Man, look at
We have witnessed this potentially the start of something here.
He's 6'5". He's 260. He was a three-time wrestling All-American in a D1 school, namely the University of Oklahoma. And now he's an undefeated MMA fighter who just imposed his will on anybody that Jericho sicked him on. That's what we have here.
And I don't think they're done. Oh, look at this. What else can they do? What other statement can they make here?
Got the podium. The ring bell resides on as Hager pulling up Cody and Jericho, continuing where he left off earlier this evening.
Jericho, we said it earlier, he does not want to face Cody in the title match.
No.
And now what?
Hager.
Dustin Rhodes.
direction of Chris Jericho.
The gut-wrench power bomb onto the podium.
That was another version of the spine on the pine.
Here in this debut of Dynamite, they have completely wiped out the Elite. They've completely wiped them out here, Jim.
The Elite being destroyed by Jericho and these henchmen, for the lack of a better name.
And Cody valiantly tried to fight, but the numbers just overwhelming him.
What a champion we have. What an AEW champion we have.
Oh, the Judas effect!
That stiff back elbow, the Judas effect by Jericho. That wild-eyed look in Hager's face.
100% efficiency on that Judas effect. Every time he hits it, it's lights out for his opponent.
We have just seen the destruction of all Elite. That the Jericho loves it. He's got a monster in Hager. Good Lord, ladies and gentlemen, what a night. What a night. And we'll see you next week. We'll be in Boston. It's sold out, but we'll see you right here on TNT for AEW Dynamite.